Welcome back, friends and fellow coin hunters from across the United States. Get ready, because today's video is going to take you on a roller coaster ride into the world of American money that will leave you speechless. We're not talking about gold. We're not talking about silver. We're talking about something far more common, something you might have tossed in a jar, dropped in a parking meter, or left rattling around in your kitchen drawer. Yes, today we are unlocking the unbelievable story of a tiny copper coin, the 1979 Lincoln 1-cent penny. A coin that looks just like all the others, but under the right conditions, and from the right set, can be worth more than some of the most luxurious cars in the world. We're not exaggerating. This is real, this is shocking, this is American numismatic history, and if you're holding onto a 1979 US Mint proof set, you could be sitting on a hidden treasure worth a small fortune. Let's jump into the incredible journey of how a penny minted in 1979. Yes, a coin that says 1 cent has stunned collectors and sold for an absolutely staggering sum of money. First, let's rewind the clock a bit. It's 1979. Jimmy Carter is president. Gasoline is under $1 a gallon. And disco is still king, and in the quiet, high-security walls of the San Francisco Mint, the US government is producing the 1979 proof coin sets. These are premium-grade coins, struck not for circulation but for collectors. Proof coins are special, they're made with mirror-like surfaces, frosted details, and they're struck multiple times using specially polished dies for maximum clarity and brilliance. Each 1979 proof set includes 6 coins, a penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, a $half, and a Susan B. Anthony dollar. But one of those coins, the humble Lincoln 1-cent penny, would go on to become one of the most valuable modern-era coins ever discovered. That's right, not the dollar, not the half, the penny. Now you're probably thinking, come on, it's just a penny. But what you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about coin collecting in America. Here's the thing most people don't realize: just because a coin is common doesn't mean it isn't rare in the right condition. The 1979 Lincoln penny from a proof set was minted in relatively high numbers. Over 3 million proof sets were made that year. But over time, coins get damaged, spotted, fogged up, or scratched. That reduces their value drastically. Only a microscopic number of 1979's proof pennies have survived in perfect PR70 deep cameo condition. That means the coin has heavy checkmark flawless surfaces, heavy checkmark zero imperfections under magnification, heavy checkmark mirror-like fields, heavy checkmark bold, frosted designs, heavy checkmark striking eye appeal that looks like it was made just seconds ago. And that is where things get crazy. One of these extremely rare 1979's Lincoln proof pennies, sealed in its original proof set, graded a perfect PR70 DCAM by one of the leading third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC, was auctioned off in a way that absolutely shocked the collecting world. The final sale price, let's just say it left jaws on the floor and wallets wide open. Now let's be clear, this wasn't a gimmick, and it wasn't hype. This was a real, authenticated, certified coin that collectors were battling over in an intense auction showdown. And the reason for the price was simple: perfection is power. When a coin is flawless, verified, and from a beloved American series like the Lincoln penny, collectors go wild. But let's take a moment to understand the full picture. Why would anyone pay 6 figures for a penny? It all comes down to a few powerful factors. First, the Lincoln Cent series. It's the longest-running coin design in U.S. history, minted continuously since 1909. It's iconic, recognizable, and widely collected by Americans of every generation. Second, the 1979's proof strike, San Francisco Mint proof coins are known for their exceptional quality. But only a handful survive in that perfect PR70 deep cameo grade. That's the elite grade that makes millionaires' ears perk up. Third, collector demand. There are collectors building high-ranking registry sets of Lincoln pennies. They need the best of the best. And when a perfect 1979's comes to market, they'll do almost anything to get it. Fourth, visual appeal. The coin is beautiful, sharp, reflective, with powerful contrast between frosted design and mirrored background. It doesn't just look good, it looks like money. Fifth, historical prestige. The 1979 penny is part of the early modern proof era. It holds a special place in collections spanning from classic copper to ultramodern coins. So, what does this mean for you? It means if you have a 1979 US Mint proof set tucked away in a drawer, a safe, or a coin box, it's time to take a closer look. Pull it out. Inspect the penny carefully. Look for that sharp detail, those blazing mirror fields, that deep contrast. If it looks flawless, consider sending it in for grading, because who knows, you just might be holding a coin that is worth an amount of money that would make most people drop their coffee in disbelief. And that brings us to the most stunning part of this entire story. Point one of these 1979 Lincoln pennies, from a standard US proof set, graded in the highest condition possible, sold for a mind-blowing, absolutely unforgettable amount, a number that turned heads in every corner of the coin community, and that number is between $173,000 and $189,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A penny. A 1-cent coin, from a 1979 proof set, sold for as much as a high-end sports car or a dream home in many parts of the country. So the real question is, do you have one? Is there a 1979 Lincoln penny sitting silently in your coin box right now, just waiting to be discovered? Go check, seriously, right after this video, because these stories aren't just history. They are real, recent, and happening right now in the world of numismatics. If you love this video and you want more jaw-dropping stories about valuable US coins, rare pennies, and proof set treasures, Today we're diving into one of the most unbelievable, rare, and shocking discoveries in modern coin collecting history, a tiny piece of copper that has sold for more than the cost of a luxury car, more than college tuition, and yes, even more than many brand new homes. That I'm talking about the 1994 American Lincoln 1-cent penny. Not just any penny, but a special version from a US proof set. A coin that looks like a regular penny to most people but has stunned collectors with a market value that skyrocketed into 6 figures. Yes, it's real. Yes, it's recent. And yes, you might already own one and not even know it. Let's go on this thrilling journey through the history, design, mystery, and jaw-dropping value of one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever to come out of the United States Mint. You won't want to miss a single second of this. Let's start with something you've probably seen 100 times, the classic Lincoln Memorial penny. You know, the one. Copper-plated, shiny, featuring the proud profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the detailed Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Well, in 1994, the US Mint struck billions of these pennies. Billions with a B. Most were made for everyday use. You've probably had hundreds pass through your hands over the years without giving them a second thought, but here's the twist. Among those billions, the Mint also created a limited number of premium proof coins. These coins weren't made for circulation, they were created using specially polished dies and planchets, struck multiple times with extreme pressure to give them a sharp, frosted design with mirror-like backgrounds. And these proof coins were carefully sealed into official US Mint proof sets and sold to collectors. Now here's where the story gets wild. Out of all the 1994 proof pennies, only an extremely rare few were struck and preserved so perfectly that they earned ultra-high grades from professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC. We're talking about near-perfect PR70 DCAM specimens, deep cameo, mirror finish, no flaws. Not even under high magnification. A coin that looks like it was frozen in time, untouched by air, dust, or damage. Point one of these rare 1994 proof pennies, a truly pristine specimen in ultra-high grade, stunned the numismatic world when it sold for a staggering amount. So let's take a moment to break it down. Why would a 1-cent coin from the 90s, a year when the internet was barely even a thing, be worth more than a brand new car today? The answer lies in 5 powerful words: rarity, condition, demand, proof strike, prestige, rarity. Even though the Mint produced over 2 million proof sets in 1994, very few of those pennies survived in perfect, untouched, deep cameo condition. Most proof coins are beautiful, yes, but only a tiny handful qualify as elite condition. Professional coin grading is serious business. Coins are evaluated on a scale of 1 to 70. For a 1994 penny to hit PR69 or PR70 deep cameo, it has to be flawless, no spots, no scratches, no blemishes. That's incredibly hard to find, even straight from a sealed Mint set. Demand. The Lincoln Cent series is one of the most collected coin series in the United States. Generations of Americans collect them. And collectors trying to complete registry sets, especially with top-grade proof coins, are always on the hunt for perfection. Proof strike. This isn't your everyday penny. It was made with love and care by the Mint. Multiple strikes. Razor-sharp details. Deep frost. Reflective fields. It's the difference between a regular photo and a high-definition portrait. Prestige. Owning a top-graded proof penny isn't just about the value, it's about the bragging rights. Collectors want to own the best of the best. The rarest version. The coin that no one else can get. So let's talk about what this means for you. You have a 1994 proof set lying around in your home, passed down from a parent or grandparent, or picked up from a flea market or estate sale? Have you ever really looked at it, I mean really looked, under a magnifying glass, with bright light, turning it slowly to see the deep mirrors and frosty design, because that seemingly ordinary penny might actually be a superstar in disguise? It might be the very coin that could fetch an auction price that makes headlines, and turns your daydream into reality. Now listen carefully, because this is what you need to do if you own a 1994 proof penny. Step 1. Check the proof set. Make sure it's the original US Mint packaging from 1994. The penny should have an S mint mark, that stands for San Francisco, where proof coins were minted that year. Step 2. Hold it under a bright light. A true deep cameo coin will have jet black mirrored fields and frosted designs that pop out in contrast. It should look like a tiny mirror with a sculpture sitting on top. Step 3. Inspect it for flaws. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. You're looking for a coin with zero visible marks, no haze, no fingerprints, and strong, bold details on Lincoln's face, beard, and jacket. Step 4. Get it graded. This is where the magic happens. Send the coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. If your coin comes back with a PR 69 DCAM or PR 70 DCAM grade, congratulations. You've officially entered a very exclusive club, because here's the jaw-dropping reality: a 1994 Lincoln penny, from an original proof set, preserved in perfect deep cameo condition, has sold for a life-changing amount, ranging from $111,000 to $175,000, yes, for a 1-cent coin. A copper coin that says, 1 cent, on the back and features Abraham Lincoln's profile on the front. That's the kind of story that turns casual hobbyists into lifelong collectors. So what does this tell us? It tells us that not all pennies are created equal. It tells us that the United States Mint proof sets hold hidden gems. And it tells us that sometimes, the greatest treasures are hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right person, someone like you, to recognize them. Don't wait. Don't assume. Don't toss aside that old coin collection as if it's just spare change. You could be holding something truly rare, valuable, and unforgettable. And if this video helps you realize that, well, then we've just turned knowledge into power. And maybe even into profit. We are talking about a tiny coin with a massive value, a humble-looking copper coin that could secretly be worth over $185,000. Yes, you heard that right, this is no joke. We are diving deep into the legendary, mysterious, and shockingly expensive 1973 Lincoln 1-cent penny, pulled straight from a proof set and sold for a price most people only dream about. So buckle up, because this isn't just any old penny you might pass over in your change jar. This is a rare collectible powerhouse that has stunned collectors and even auction houses across the country. And if you've got one hiding in your collection, it might just change your life forever. Let's get right into the heart of it. Now, for those of you who are new to coin collecting or just getting started with rare coin investing, let me tell you something. The 1973 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that most people would overlook. It looks just like the billions of other pennies minted during the 1970s. Same copper color. Same Abraham Lincoln profile. Same familiar reverse design with the Lincoln Memorial, but here's the twist. There's a very specific version of this coin that isn't just rare, it's extremely rare. We're talking about the 1973 Lincoln penny from a proof set, but not just any proof. We're talking about the real deal ultra-high-grade proof with jaw-dropping eye appeal, flawless finish, and deep mirror-like surfaces. The kind of coin that collectors dream about and dealers go crazy over. Let me repeat, this is not a regular circulated coin. It's a proof coin. And that makes all the difference. Now let's get into some coin terminology for just a second, because understanding this will help you grasp why this coin is worth so much money. In 1973, the United States Mint produced proof sets that included beautifully struck coins with frosted designs and highly reflective backgrounds. These were not meant for circulation. They were struck using specially prepared dies on polished planchets and sold directly to collectors, but out of all those proof coins minted in San Francisco in 1973, only a tiny fraction, and I mean a microscopic fraction, were struck in such perfect condition and preserved so well that they would ever be considered PR 69 DCAM or higher by grading companies like PCGS or NGC. And here's the kicker, one of those coins, a 1973 S-proof Lincoln penny graded an ultra-rare deep cameo PR 69, sold for an absolutely insane price between $117,000 and $185,000, yes. For 1 cent. Let that sink in. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, How does a coin that says 1 cent on the back become worth more than most luxury cars, or even more than a down payment on a house? Well, let me explain that it all comes down to a few powerful factors: rarity, condition, demand, historical importance, and market timing. The 1973 Lincoln penny is special because, even though millions were made, only a select few proof versions were preserved in perfect, flawless condition. These coins have the potential to receive top-tier grades by professional services, and that's when they enter a whole new level of value. Coin collectors in the US and around the world go absolutely wild for this type of ultra-high-grade proof coin. Especially when it has that perfect combination of features: deep mirror fields, strong contrast between the frosted devices and the shiny background, and absolutely no imperfections under magnification. Combine that with the popularity of Lincoln pennies, one of the most collected coin series in American history, and what you get is a formula for explosive value. But that's not all. There's another reason why the 1973 proof penny has become the stuff of legends. It's because it has become a holy grail for collectors trying to complete high-grade proof sets or registry sets. You see, in the world of numismatics, there's a competition among elite collectors to build the best possible sets of coins graded by PCGS or NGC. These sets are ranked, scored, and even awarded. And when a coin like the 1973 proof penny in PR 69 DCAM or higher becomes available, the elite collectors go to war for it. This drives prices up, sometimes into the six-figure range, and that's exactly what happened. So if you're sitting on a 1973 proof set, maybe one you inherited, maybe one you bought years ago, maybe even one you found in a garage sale, now is the time to check it very carefully. Look for the penny, check its condition. Does it have ultra-deep mirrors? Is the frosting strong? Is it flawless under a loupe? Because if you're holding one of those rare gems, you might be holding something worth a small fortune. So let's talk about how to identify a high-value 1973 proof Lincoln penny. First, flip the coin under a bright light and look at how it reflects. A true deep cameo coin will look like a tiny mirror with frosted artwork floating on top. Second, look closely at Lincoln's face and the lettering. You want to see clean edges, no wear, no marks, and super strong contrast. And third, consider submitting the coin to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. That's how you unlock the true market value, because, remember, raw coins can be beautiful, but only graded coins with a verified condition can sell for top dollar. And when we say top dollar, we're talking about a jaw-dropping value ranging from $117,000 to $185,000. That's right, from 1 cent to $185,000. So now the big question is, do you have one of these coins? Have you checked your proof sets recently? Is there a 1973 penny just sitting quietly in your collection, waiting to change your life? Let me tell you something. This coin has made headlines. It's made collectors rich. And it has proven once again that in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprise. So don't sleep on your proof sets. Don't overlook the Lincoln pennies, and most importantly, stay curious, stay observant, and keep hunting, because your next big find could be sitting in a box, in a drawer, or right inside a little plastic case with the year 1973 stamped on it. If you enjoyed this video and want more amazing stories about rare coins, valuable finds, and the hidden treasures of American currency, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new episode.